Step into the world of high-performance kitchen knives, and you'll quickly find yourself at a fundamental crossroads. It's a choice that goes beyond brand names or handle materials, one that defines the very character of the tool in your hand. This is the great debate: carbon steel versus stainless steel. On the surface, it's a simple choice between a metal that rusts and one that doesn't. So which path is yours? Let's break it down. Sharpness and edge retention. Here's what matters most to many knife enthusiasts: the quality of the cut. In this arena, carbon steel is the undisputed champion, the heavyweight title holder. Let me explain why. Carbon steel is a simpler alloy, composed primarily of iron and a relatively high percentage of carbon. This high carbon content allows the steel to be heat-treated to an extreme hardness. A harder steel can support a more acute, or thinner, edge angle without crumbling. The result is a blade that can be sharpened to a terrifyingly fine edge, one that glides through ingredients with an effortless, almost silent precision. It's the kind of sharpness that makes a mockery of a ripe tomato's skin. But getting sharp is only half the battle. Staying sharp is the other. This is where carbon steel truly shines. That same hardness that allows for a razor-fine edge also provides exceptional edge retention. The blade simply resists dulling for a longer period of use. For a professional chef, breaking down proteins and vegetables for hours on end, this means fewer interruptions to hone or sharpen the blade, leading to a more efficient and enjoyable workflow. It's a tool that performs at its peak and stays there. Stainless steel, by contrast, is the clever challenger. Its primary mission is to resist corrosion, a goal achieved by adding at least 10.5% chromium to the alloy. While this chromium is a hero in the fight against rust, it forms larger, harder particles within the steel structure called chromium carbides. These carbides can make it more difficult to achieve that same impossibly thin edge you find on carbon steel. Think of it like trying to sand a piece of wood with embedded pebbles. You can get it smooth, but you might not get it perfectly flawless. That said, do not mistake stainless steel for a dullard. Modern metallurgy has produced incredible high-end stainless super steels that offer fantastic sharpness and great edge retention, significantly closing the performance gap. They get wickedly sharp, but for the purist seeking that absolute pinnacle of cutting performance, carbon steel still holds a slight, yet noticeable edge. Ease of sharpening. A dull knife is a dangerous knife, so sharpening is an inevitability. How each of these metals behaves on a sharpening stone is another critical point of difference. Here, carbon steel is often seen as the more communicative and forgiving partner. Because of its simpler, more uniform structure, it gives up material on a sharpening stone predictably and quickly. You can feel the burr, a tiny fringe of metal that forms on the edge during sharpening, develop with ease. This feedback makes it easier to know when you've done your job on one side and are ready to move to the next. For someone new to sharpening, or for anyone who appreciates a quick touch-up, carbon steel is a pleasure to work with. It almost feels like it wants to be sharp. Sharpening stainless steel can be a different experience. That same chromium that fights rust also gives the steel a higher abrasion resistance. The bottom line is that it can take more time and more effort to remove material and form a new edge. This is especially true for the modern, high-hardness stainless steels that are designed for maximum edge retention. They are so good at resisting wear from a cutting board that they also resist wear from a sharpening stone. This often necessitates the use of harder sharpening materials like diamond plates to get the job done efficiently. It's not that stainless steel is impossible to sharpen, far from it, but the process can be more laborious and less intuitive than the almost meditative experience of bringing a carbon steel blade back to life. Corrosion and maintenance. This is the most practical and least romantic part of the comparison, and it's where stainless steel doesn't just win, it runs away with the trophy. Stainless steel was born for the modern kitchen. Its chromium-rich composition creates a passive, invisible layer of chromium oxide on the surface of the blade. This layer acts like a microscopic suit of armor, protecting the iron in the steel from reacting with oxygen and moisture. You can chop acidic lemons, leave the knife on the counter for a few minutes while you answer the phone, or even gasp, miss a spot while drying it, and your blade will almost certainly be fine. Its resistance to rust and staining makes it incredibly low maintenance and worry-free. It is a tool of convenience. Carbon steel, on the other hand, demands your undivided attention. It has no such protective layer. Expose it to acid or leave it wet for more than a few moments, and it will begin to rust. We're not talking about days, we're talking about minutes. This makes it a high-maintenance companion. The rules are simple but non-negotiable. Once you are done cutting, you must immediately wash the knife by hand, never in a dishwasher, dry it thoroughly, and for long-term storage, some people even apply a light coat of food-safe mineral oil. This isn't a suggestion, it's a requirement. Forgetting to do so can leave you with an orange-flecked blade that needs to be scoured and refinished. For some, this ritual is a burden. For others, it's a mindful practice that builds a connection with a cherished tool. Aesthetics and food reactivity. The look of a knife is a matter of personal taste, and these two steels offer wildly different visual journeys. A stainless steel knife is a monument to consistency. With basic care, it will look almost exactly the same on its 1000th day of use as it did on its first. It remains bright, shiny, and clean, reflecting a modern, sanitary aesthetic. Its appearance is stable and predictable. A carbon steel knife tells a story. From its very first use, it begins to change. As it reacts with the acids in foods, onions, meats, fruits, it develops a patina, a semi-protective layer of stable blue, gray, or black oxidation. This patina is unique to each knife and its owner, becoming a visual diary of every meal ever prepared. No two patinas are identical. Many chefs and enthusiasts prize this evolving character, seeing it as a mark of a well-loved and well-used tool. It's beautiful, but it comes with another quirk, reactivity. Especially when new, a carbon steel blade can react with acidic foods, imparting a slight metallic taste or causing discoloration, like turning onions slightly gray. The patina helps to neutralize this effect over time, but it's a factor stainless steel users never have to consider, as stainless is completely non-reactive. So, which blade belongs to you? Ultimately, there is no single better steel. There is only the steel that is better for you. The choice boils down to your personality, your habits, and what you truly value in a tool. You should choose carbon steel if you are a purist. If you value the absolute peak of sharpness and performance above all else, and you're willing to do what it takes to maintain that performance. If you find satisfaction in the ritual of maintenance and see your tools as partners in your craft. If you love the idea of a knife that changes and grows with you, developing a character that is uniquely yours, then carbon steel is your answer. It's the classic car. It requires work, but the driving experience is sublime. You should choose stainless steel if you are a pragmatist, if you need a reliable, high-performing tool that can withstand the rigors of a busy kitchen and won't punish you for a moment of inattention. If you prioritize convenience, consistency, and worry-free cleanup, if you want a knife that does its job exceptionally well without demanding to be the center of your attention, then stainless steel is the obvious choice. It's the modern sedan. Reliable, comfortable, and it will always get you where you need to go with minimal fuss.